Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Baiklah, so for this change, we are talking about speech sound production, especially in English consonant sounds. There is a problem that made by English learners in pronunciation. That is because limited knowledge of phonetics English. Many linguists suggest that this problem can be overcome by studying the basic structure of the English sound. To know how to pronounce English consonant naturally, there are three things that you should know. The first is knowing which part of the mouth are responsible for uttering a particular sound. As you can call this as a place of articulation. Second is knowing how the sound is produced, manner of articulation, and the last is knowing whether or not the vocal cords vibrate, distinctive features. The first thing is place of articulation. It may define as the specific location in the mouth in which two speech organs work together in producing a consonant sound. There are 6 organs used to utter consonant sound, and that is lips, teeth, alveolar ridge, hard palate, soft palate, and tongue. And in American English, consonant sound can be classified into 9 sounds, which could easily be remembered by using the acronyms bila dapat paveglola. First is B, stands for bilabial. Bilabial is produced by putting two lips together. Example, pay. Second is La. La stands for labiodental. They are produced by contacting the lower lip and upper teeth as in sound. Example, vive. Third is D. D stands for dental. They are produced by contacting the tongue blade and upper teeth. Example, this. Fourth is A. A stands for alveolar. They are produced by contacting tongue tip and alveolar ridge. Example, lie. Next is pat. Pat stands for palatal. They are produced when the blade of tongue, middle of tongue, touch the hard palate. For example, young. Next is pa. Stands for palato-alveolar. That are produced when the tip of the blade tongue approaches or touch the alveolar ridge and the main body of the tongue approach the hard palate in the mouth. For example, casual. Next is V, stands for velar. That are produced when the back of the tongue touch the soft palate. For example, cup. Next is glow, stands for glottal. They are produced when the flow of air is stopped by the glottis. Example, how. And the last is La, stands for labiovelar. They are produced when the back of part of tongue contacts the soft palate and lips, also come close to each other. Example, what. The next point is manner of articulation. This part describes 2 things. First is how the different organs interact each other, and how the airflow is obstructed to affect the production of the consonant sounds quality. There is 6 manner of articulation that you can easily remember by the acronyms Stophanasla. The first is STO, stands for stop. That are produced by closing the speech organs, both oral and nasal cavity, that the air stream is blocked. Example is pen. Next is F, stands for fricative. This manner produce consonant sounds by blocking the air stream in the mouth, but not making complete closure. Example is zoom. Next is A, stand for affricative. This manner produce consonant sounds by blocking the air stream briefly with the tongue in the mouth, but it contrasts to stop. The blocked air stream is suddenly not released, but is slowly released and cause audible friction. For example, check. Next is NAS, stands for nasal. This manner produce consonant sounds by blocking the air stream pass through the oral cavity using the velum and the back of the tongue, so the air can only pass through the nasal cavity. Example is man. Next is L, lateral. This manner produce consonant sounds by contacting the tip of the tongue onto the alveolar ridge, so that the air passes through both sides of the tongue. Example is lip. And the last is A, stands for approximant. This manner deals with the way consonant sounds are uttered by making the articulators interact the tongue and the alveolar ridge without actually touching. For example is U. The last point is C, distinctive features. Distinctive feature is defined as something unique. In English, some different consonant sounds are produced in the same place and manner of articulation. Distinctive features used to help the learners to distinguishing sound that are in the same place of and manner of articulation. To distinguish sound, you can put your fingers over your voice box and you can feel if it's vibrate, then it's voiced, and if it's not, it's voiceless. For the example, P and B has the same place. They as the same place that is bilabial, and their manner is same too. That is stop. So you can distinguish between P and B with distinctive feature, like P is for voiceless and B is for voiced. I think that's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.